Hi, so this is the look that we're trying to achieve today. So if you want to find out some more details about how we achieved it, please stay tuned and I hope you enjoy it. Right, let's get this transformation underway. First thing we're going to do is put on the foundation, and we're going to be using MAC, and it's going to be MAC Face and Body Foundation in shade N5. So be a bit generous and whack it all on there. I'm just using a normal foundation, synthetic foundation brush. Just try and get it all over. It's a pretty warm day, so it's sitting on the surface a little bit, but I just have to give it a little bit of time. It's a fairly thin light coverage foundation, so it's very buildable. So we can pop one coat on top of the other. I'll just try and get it all over at the moment. Keep applying it evenly as best you can. Taking it all the way down underneath the jawline. And to the neckline. Now I've gone for this shade because it's summerish time at the moment, and I want a little bit of colour because I'm, as you can probably see, very white through lack of sunshine. So let's get it all the way across the collarbone, down. Okay, I'm going to finish the rest of this off camera rather than make you sit through the agony of watching all this and come back when I'm happy. Okay, so that's all the foundation applied all the way around, and I've done up the 2 sets of face tapes here. So if you want to find out a little bit more about those, I'll give you the links. They're the Art Harding facelift tapes. Never leave home without them. Great. Right, so let's start with the eyes. So what I'm going to use is a colour by MAC, an iridescent eyeshadow, and it's called Grape. So let's start off there. Now, because I know I'm going to be wearing quite large eyelashes towards the end, I need to make the socket line quite high up. So first of all, fill it into your natural socket line. So I'm just easing the brush in here. I'm taking it up on the outside at an angle roughly equivalent to the line that goes from your nose to the edge of your eye like this. See how that looks to blend it out a little bit later. So let's just take that up just a little bit higher. Trying to keep an arch that's parallel to your eyebrows up here. So I'm just taking it in here and just building up very slowly. Now it looks a bit drastic at this stage, but once you get the very large lashes in, you can hardly see this area here, so don't worry too much. Just build it up. Like so. Okay. Try and repeat it on the other side. Push it into your lashes, the root lashes if you can. Again, just a little angle. Fill it in. Try and get them roughly the same. I always find it's better to sort of lay your eyeshadows out in blocks on both sides so they're both the same before you start doing any blending in. And that way you've got a good chance of getting them even. So you make sure you get that into that socket line, work it in quite vigorously. Just try and even out a little bit. Okay, that's good. Swap the brushes over. I'm going to use a slightly lighter colour now, and its name is, what are they? Circa Plum, again by MAC. I'm just going to pick up on the edge here, taking that line out again, continuing out, and just fill that in, trying to create an arch above it that my final shape for my eyebrow is going to be. So I'm laying this in just one line and just following it around. Drawing it into my tear duct again. I'm just going to, for ease of speed, I'm just going to do this all of this one side and repeat it off camera. So we've got one colour up to this point here, this juncture. And the second colour I've taken just a little bit further out. Now the third colour I'm going to use is again a MAC colour. As you can see, I'm just slowly grading it out. It's slightly getting lighter and lighter. So what I'm going to do here is take the third colour out to the very edge, and it's going to be just underneath where I'm going to finish my eyebrows when I draw them in. Let's just take that, you can just about see I'm just about keeping with my existing eyebrows. I'm slowly working that in. Now I'm going to take it 2/3 of the way in towards my nose into here. Let's just bring that in down to about that point there. Fill it in. And finally the fourth colour I'm going to use is a very light sort of white colour, because the inside of your nose is pretty good at sort of dulling off the light. So you just want to colour in there that's reasonably light reflective. And this is a colour called Vanilla. It's a very white one, so I'm going to take it right into my eye, right where the tear duct is, draw it up at about 10-degree angle here, and then blend that in all the way up, like so. So what I'm going to do is go off camera now and just tidy this up a little bit and repeat it on the other eye and come back to you. So hang on in there. Welcome back. So we've got both sides laid out. So I'm just finishing off this one with a little bit of blending here, and I'm trying to do is just break down the harsh edges between the colours so they all integrate together but don't look messy. Okay, so happy with that. Now what I'm going to do is take a liquid liner just to define the eye a little bit more before applying the lashes. I'm going to take it right into the tear duct in here to create a much wider and open eye. So we'll just take that in and feather it in to the bottom waterline. So just take that across the eye, right the way out, the corner of the eye. So, and I'm just going to pick up at the same angle as the bottom of my eye, up, and then just finish off the cat's eye or the tail tick, filling it in with a liquid liner, like so. Nice and simple. So we've completed the inside of the eye, taken it right across and formed a little bit of a cat eye coming out here. I'll do the same with the other side, just to balance it out. Just take your time. Steady hand is very helpful. You don't have to get it too thick, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using a black glue to set my eyelashes. So again, just take it at the angle and out for the tick and pick it back up. Blend it all together. So if you've got, like I have at the moment, a little bit of a gap, don't worry, as long as they're roughly even. You can always fill that little bit of a gap in with the colouring, which I'll do. So I've just got a tear duct line here and pulled it back in. I'm going to complete this by using the kohl pencil and going along the bottom waterline. All the way in. And probably the most squeamish bit is just to get the inside of your eye if you can. Just keep rolling this kohl pencil along. All the way in. Getting it into the roots if you can. That's good so far. So as you can see, the eyes are very well defined here. This one's very dark. And what I need to do is to finish the eye off is to use the false eyelashes. So we're going to use this pair of Amazing Shine, and the number on this one is 138. And I'm going to use some dark black glue. I need a bit of a steady hand here. And I'm going to actually apply it to my eye. So I'm just going to pop that in along my eye line to its full length. I just find this a little bit easier for me to do, into the corner a little bit. And then just apply the lash on top. Now putting lashes on can be a challenge sometimes, but if you don't worry about it too much, just take the lashes and ease them down onto your eye like so. It's floating about there, and then you can just pick up the outside or the inside extremity and just pop them into place. So I always take the outside first and then the inside one and pop that into place. And there we have got a dramatic type of eye there. You can see it's considerably higher there. So I'm just going to sweep those lashes up a little bit, get them into place. So I'm going to finish this off by putting on some mascara on this eye, and also popping some mascara on the bottom eyeliner as well to give that a bit of depth, and we'll come back once I've done both sides. See you in a minute. Welcome back. So I've done both sides now, so they look pretty even. So what I need to do now is to frame the eyes, and to do that I need to really complete my eyebrows. So let's start off. You always have to remember that your eyebrows are brother and sister, not identical twins. So I always start with relatively short, stabby type of strokes. Take it up to a point, like so. And then just curve it gently back round again. Now my face is not symmetrical like everybody else's is. So I just take a quick line across to get the balance roughly about right. And generally, again, just drawing one single line. Now you know roughly when you're about right, because you should be able to feel it on your own brow bone. Get up to a peak and just tail it around. So I'm quite happy with the basic lines there. Now I need to fill them in. I don't like big bushy eyebrows, so what I do have a tendency is the nearer the nose, I just tail it up a little bit like so, and just again short sharp strokes until I achieve a shape that I'm happy with. This is a spike pencil, again by MAC, and it's very, very easy to control. I don't like using the very big, hard sort of pencils that you get out there on the marketplace. I find that I end up with eyebrows looking a little bit too much like Matt's wall. It must be a half an inch to an inch thick. This way I can take it very gently until I can achieve the width I want. I'm quite happy with that at the moment. Up to the arch and just bring it around a bit. One's a little bit higher than the other, but you know, I can live with that. So that really completes sort of eye area here. Now what I want to move on to next is my lips. So what I'm going to use for that is I always outline my lips, mainly because there's a lot of very sharp hairs underneath here. Even though I have a really good shave, they stick out to the surface, and it's quite difficult to get a shape just by using them straight out of the lipstick tube. So I use a pencil just to create the shape. So let's have a give that a go. I'm sticking to my natural lip shape. Making sure I take it right into the corners here. This is a colour called Night Moth. It's my favourite colour. It seems to go very well with reds and also with pinks. So I'm quite happy with that arch that side. Again, right into the corners. And now what I'll do is just do a little dot at the middle. Here where I want the lip to drop down to. And again, because I've got reasonably full lips. Take it down to that dot. Okay, so that's the basic outside shape. Now what I do is I take an eyebrow brush. It's a bit like a cutting in brush if you're a painter. It sort of goes at an angle down like this, and it also gets narrow in. It's a very good brush to control shaping in your lips. So what I'm going to do now is to just very gently shape in the final shape here. Make sure you get it right into the corners. The reason for doing this is I quite like a very tattooed, distinctive lip. And this technique is very simple, but it's also very effective. Just brushing in the excess. As you can see, it's all around there. It's quite strong lines. So it's quite striking. There we go. I'm quite happy with that. Now the lipstick I'm going to use is by, I think it's called Kat Von D. And it's a long-lasting lip type of stainer, but it's a great colour. Yeah, let's just use this one here. I'm just going to apply that initially. Now, so one of the challenges with the lip stainers is they can dry your lips out a little bit. So if you can find a lip gloss that's really the same sort of colour and pop a little bit on, it'll stop your lips from drying out and give it a little bit of luster as well. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of into the centre here and just work it around. That's good. I'm happy with that. So now what I need to do next is just to blend in and just join up the eyes with the mouth. So a little bit of contouring and a bit of darker sort of colours in here. So that's going to be up next. I want to do a little bit of contouring here and put a bit of depth into the face. I'm going to use some powder across here, just along the cheekbone and into the socket area here. On both sides, very gently at the moment, just building it up all the way up to the temple area. So what I'm trying to do is build a shelf of light along here, just going along my existing cheekbone there and along there, and I'm going to try and keep it relatively straight. I'm going to use a bit of a blending brush here just to tone this down a little bit, because it's a bit much, overloaded the brush a little bit. So let's just build that in, just keep working it into the apple area here. And the depth you really want is as if you just walked up the steps and just slightly a bit of colouring into your cheeks. Just work the other side in. I'm going to list all the products I've used down below in the description, so don't panic. Just keep working it in there. Just to give you that bit of extra depth up on the temple as well. I'm just going to add a little bit along my jawline because it's quite a masculine jawline here, so just take it along the jaw a little bit. Underneath. Again, all the way along the jawline here. Both of those areas there. Now what I've got is I've got some contouring, but I really want to push the face out a little bit and highlight certain features in my face, which is essentially just above the eyebrows here, down the centre of the nose, and really push light in underneath my eyes here so that they open them up a little bit, and also draw light a little bit more down towards my cheeks and also around my lip area here. So the product I'm going to use is a MAC mineralised Skinfinish, and it's called Soft and Gentle. And I'm going to apply that quite sparingly to start with onto the brush and just work it in just into the forehead area here, across the top of the eyebrows. Really work it in, because the more you keep working it in, the shinier it becomes, the more reflective. So it's down the centre of the nose, it's down here, but the tip a little bit, and a little bit more on. Now what I want to do is keep this powder into this V area, which is the inside of the nose, and up to this shelf of light I've tried to create here, and up and out. So really work it into that area. Try not to put too much on, because if you're like me and you suffer from crow's feet underneath the eyes, the powder can have a tendency to gather in there, and instead of it enhancing the look, it actually makes it look a little bit worse. So sweep it as tight as you can to your underside of your eye and out. Keep working it in. Gently adding a little bit at a time, but make sure you can come right out towards your temple here. That to be nice and bright. You can see it's catching the light there from the lights off the camera. A little bit again, if I turn sideways, I really want the light to draw down and push around my lips around here, so I'm going to work this in quite vigorously. And also this powder acts as a bit of a sealant as well, like a translucent powder, just to make sure that your earlier foundation that you put on stays into place. You can really work it in. Now this is one of the products I really do like. I use it in every look I create. There we go. So voila, that's the end look. I think what we do need to complete it is a little bit of hair. So let's move off screen again and come back when we have the finished look. Thanks very much. So this is the final look. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and hope to see you all very soon. Oh, and don't forget, all the details of all the makeup that we've used during this tutorial are listed below. So have a good day.